The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. I'm one of your co-hosts, Blanca, the founder of the Laws of Life platform, and my co-host is none other than Natan Verkovsky, the founder of the EssentialAcademy.org. Good morning, Natan. How are you?
Good morning, Blanca. How are you, my dear?
I am doing amazing.
Good.
And so what is your number one law of empowering entrepreneurs today, Natan?
It seems to be a familiar theme, but we constantly judge ourselves by those that are 3 or 4 steps ahead of us, and they will lend a hand to pull you up. Why would they? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't benefit them. Only serves you. And if you would instead look down to those people that are, for lack of a better word, 3, 4 steps before you, behind you, below you, and instead you reach and pull them up. That's how you earn your wings. And that's how you get into that next step.
I like that. That's really empowering. And what I've also learned is using all the tools in the toolbox. So today at 1 o'clock, I'm going to have an energy session with Natan. So Natan, as I like to be open with everybody. Right. This week was a difficult week for me. My energy, I felt a lot of fear. I felt a lot of negative energy. I felt scared, depressed, anxious. And then I started taking action and being stronger and defending myself and, standing up. And then I felt better. And then I spoke to you today and I'm like, oh, and you were gracious to let me have an energy session with you. What is an energy session and what does that look like?
The beauty is when you get to a high enough level and you've been doing this long enough. I've been an energy coach for 25 years. I've had more than 10,000 people come through my hands. 2 best-selling books. I started with Cirque du Soleil athletes and acrobats, working with Olympians at the highest level so that it is guaranteed to work, because we're not looking at the metaphysical. We're not looking at different ways that we can come on board and say, what if I got a pep talk? What if I got a motivational, yeah, those words resonate with me. Oh, that made it tingle. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Well, okay. Where we want to know, what are the mental, physical, and emotional drills? Something quick and easy that can bring you up, can bring you down, and neutralize. The only reason you'd want to do that is because you're already a peak performer. This is not for people below at that certain level. No offense. This is for us Olympians. This is for us peak performers in business and in sport. This is for those of us that don't need to be asked or coddled or invited to work that 10th, 12th, 14th hour. They are lit from within and internally driven and not just passionate, but obsessed about what they do. And especially if what they do is help others, then it's like a drug, because it just feeds itself onto you and it just feels better and better. The more you do, the more you give. That's why you see these people that are gazillionaires giving away 90% of it. It feels freaking incredible. More incredible than keeping it, making it, any version of it, because it's just, wow, the impact, the gift, the value of that coming back to that. So in an energy session, it's you, Blanca. It's whatever's going on in your world. We play at such a high level that these are bespoke. These are one-off, completely tailor-made to you. You're coming in at, let's say, a 2 out of 10, and you need me to bring you up to a 7 out of 10. We do these exercises. You're coming in at a 9 out of 10, freaking out. You need me to bring you down to a 4 before your next client. We do these exercises.
Wow. I think that, and that session will be, how long?
45 minutes, an hour. Depends on you, my dear. The
Well, I'm
bespokeness.
so grateful. I'm so grateful for you, Natan. You have been such a positive force of energy in my life. You are a gift from God.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone out there follows Natan because he is the real deal. He's kind. He's a good soul. He works extremely hard. He's committed to what he does. He's committed to effortless success and education and unity. He has an extraordinary community. And I want you to be my guest at the next Essential Academy open house. And that will be on what date, Natan?
Oh, it's the second Thursday of every month.
The second Thursday of every month. So mark your calendar. Let's put that on the screen. The second Thursday of every month, Natan's Essential Academy open house. And this is how we are having such incredible guests on this broadcast. And that's literally 90% of the challenge of webcasting is identifying extraordinary guests. And Natan is a virtual fountain of exemplary individuals. So who is our empowering entrepreneur today, Natan?
Thank you so much, my dear. It's a blessing. Those of you that are in the tribe will know that my name literally translates to gift of God. It's an action verb in Hebrew, as in God gave. So you use my name in sentences because I have to live in those shoes. It's what I am. It's who I am. In this capacity, we are now, if I recall, I think we're finished season. We finished a whole other season now. I don't even know what season we're in, but I know that we have now, ladies and gentlemen, seasons of the most incredible people so that you can grab the content, download it, bandwidth it, binge watch it, have some Netflix and chill fun with your friends. Do whatever you want to do. But know that we have no shortage. We have about 40 people a month that apply to join our private, invitation only, by referral only educational community because we're a not-for-profit. When we let 3 to 6 of those people in every month, it grows exponentially the reach and growth of our ability, who we can connect and impact with, and who we can just multiply out the impact. So in that capacity, I want to introduce you to a very, very special lady.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dr. Lexis Johnson. She, on the technical level, holds certificates, is a registered master in over 24 various energy healing modalities. Everything from extrasensory, 5 senses, double board certified, nutritional, aromatherapy, sound, color, light therapy, astrology, reflexology, Reiki masters in 5 or 6 different modalities, violet and sacred flames. Also has a master's degree in metaphysical studies, a PhD in psychology, and is someone who works as an Astro Alchemy success instructor, international best-selling author, wellness TV host, somebody who is a practitioner nutritional consultant, and just an absolute plethora of knowledge and information from so many sides in so many ways. An expert in alchemical studies of astrology, ascension, aromatherapy, color therapy, and so many more. I cannot wait to introduce Dr. Lexis Johnson to you and your community and to the world at large.
Woo, woo. Welcome, Lexis. Let's bring Lexis to the stage. Such an honor to have you, Lexis. Thank you for being here.
No, it's a blessing for me to be here. Natan is one amazing soul on this planet. I'm just so honored to have him in my circle of influence. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Johnny is joining the energy of this room, and he's saying, Natan, you are a gift from God. I'm so happy that you and Johnny are becoming friends. He's the founder of the Global Vision Conference. And thank you for watching, for your support. And that's what this show is about. We want your interactive comments. We want to engage the more energy that comes into this meeting. So, Lexis, you are a woman of many extraordinary talents. What do you perceive to be your number one gift that you give to the world?
I inspire and empower others. My number one law of attraction would be the law of gratitude. If you understand the Kundalini is how we end up speaking to our higher consciousness, your source, God, whatever you wish to call it. And the law of gratitude is how you get there. Once you're there, it creates more and more and more gratitude. So it stands to reason that if you walk in gratitude to start with, you're going to get the Kundalini fluid rushing up your spinal column to your pineal gland. And at that point, that's when you reach your nirvana.
Lexis, I got to ask, because and I know this is such amateur hour, but that's why I surround myself with experts, so you can always learn. I thought Kundalini was more of my sexual energy.
It is your sexual energy. It's also your sexual energy, but we're three-dimensional beings.
Okay.
We're a soul. We're a soul. The soul is huge. The vehicle that drives our soul is our body. And our body has to have certain pleasures. We can't just come to the
I love that.
physical world is a world of limitation, right? The body is a limit. And so we're here experiencing limitation. Because if you think about God doesn't have a body. So God individuated all of us so that the experience could take place. And so we come into this physical 3D matrix with a physical body to drive us around. And we're just the clothing that our soul wears for the experience we're having in this lifetime.
So I gotta write that down. We are just the clothing our soul wears. Woo.
We're the encapsulation of the soul. Almost the vehicle, the car of the soul is the body. So let me ask you this, because I'm really curious to know what your answer is going to be on this one. But I have been extremely healthy for the last 3 years of my life. I've lost 70 pounds. I'm now working out with a personal trainer 4 days a week. I'm running bridges with weighted vests next week. That starts. My nutrition is on point. Everything, I would say, I have never been healthier. Now, is that important in what you do? Is physical and nutritional health an important component to get to nirvana?
Absolutely. We, as physical beings, like we're in the 3 dimensions right now, and we're moving, whether we like it or not, into the 5th dimension. And in order to do that, we're taking our vehicle with us. The soul is bigger than we are, and we're just a remote control. And the soul is, clicking the button, making this little Tonka toy drive around. And so how we navigate with our little vehicle, if we don't take our physical car in for regular oil checkups and get the brakes done and fix the transmission and do all the things to keep it tuned up, it's going to break down. If you leave it sitting in the garage, you could park it perfectly fine today and come back to it 5 years later, and it's not going to work. It just degraded all by itself. You need to use it. And we've been given the ability to use it through our sexuality, through our 5 senses, and through our metaphysical senses. And when I started understanding the health issues that I had as a child and wanted to correct, I started with nutrition, and it worked for me. And then I went into all these other things, and I decided I wanted to learn about each of the 5 senses. There had to be other ways of healing. And then I got into the metaphysical senses, and that's why I ended up with so many certificates. We need to keep ourselves healthy in body, mind, and soul in order for us to take the actions, to do the sole purpose that we came here to have that experience of.
So the answer is yes. Physical, if your car is in more optimal condition, that will help drive you to happiness. I mean, look, at the end of the day, let me ask you guys both this question. Isn't the goal bliss? Isn't the goal to have that elevated feeling of happiness naturally without drugs, alcohol, vaping, or other addictions, like including food? Is that the goal? Is that your goal?
Well, it is my goal for sure. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different life experience that they came in to have. Mm-hmm. And there is no right, there is no wrong. Contrast, the law of contrast is just here to show us the difference. If we never experienced the bad, we wouldn't appreciate the good. It would just be blah all the time. And we don't need to be healthy to experience the world. There are many people who are born not healthy. That's the experience that they came in to have, and the striving that they have to reach their whatever their goals are, the taking of the action, the attitudes in our brain, the love and gifts that we bring to others. Those are what's important. It's just easier. Money isn't a necessity in the world to have millions and billions of dollars, but it sure makes life easier. A healthy body makes life easier. A healthy brain makes life easier. And a healthy soul makes life easier.
Ooh.
Not
Oh,
an
so
necessity, but if you're a smart person and you want the easy road, get healthy. Body,
let
mind,
me,
and soul.
you just prompted a whole nother set of questions. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to say thank you to our diamond sponsor of 3 years, attorney Tim Marecki, covering the state of Florida for personal injury and real estate. Let's take a quick look at his message. Boom. All right. So here's my next question. All right. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I'm happy that I'm healthy, but it's no picnic being healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's no picnic. But what I have learned is stopping the addiction to sugar, like not eating sugar makes me not want sugar. So I don't crave sugar. But if I eat cake today, then I'm going to keep wanting it. It's going to be harder to get off of it the next 3 days. So the next level of conversation is mental state.
Okay.
Obviously, when these things aren't good, we get depression, we get anxiety, we actually get physical pain in our body. I mean, this hurt. This is why, unfortunately, God forbid, suicide happens. That's why we have the suicide hotline. That's why we have psychiatrists. But what are your prescriptions for that, so to speak, Lexis? How can we heal mentally?
Well, healing on any level, any type of healing, body, mind, or soul, is going to be on different levels. You have to start from where you're at. Everything in life, building a business, running your life, going from a child to an adult, everything is about what is the end result that you want to have, and then chunk it backwards from there. I teach online marketing. I work with women and I help empower them. And the first thing we do is get clarity on, where do you want to go? What does your business look like 5 years from now? And are you sitting on a beach with your laptop? Are you working all day long? Are you with a partner? Do you have dog at your feet? Like, what is it your life looks like? And then what did you do to get there? What's the last thing that happened? What did you see yourself doing? You're at a retreat or you're at a summit. What's the last thing before that? And you just keep chunking it backwards. And if in there you get to write a book and be a bestseller, or you take a little detour and you go off and you teach something for a university for a while, or then you come back and you get back on your trajectory and you keep going towards your goal. If you do that, you can take little detours, but you're basically keeping on going, keep on going to reach your goal, and you never detract from it. And it's the same with everything. And the reason you have sugar cravings is because civilization has over processed foods,
Everything.
and it's made us this way. And there's a little a chemical receptor in the brain, a couple of them, mostly for dopamine and serotonin, and those switch on and switch off. And they're like a little Pac-Man with a little mouth shaped like a bee. And whether it's cocaine or heroin or some other drug, or sugar, which is a drug, or some other thing that you're sensitive to, that little Pac-Man will change the instant that you give it that. That's why people can have a great first high with cocaine and they will never again experience that same high. They'll keep looking for it, but they'll never again have it, because now you've taken the receptor and you've changed it forever. And it's going to keep looking for the key that fits that keyhole. And it's the same thing with sugar. And they both work with the dopamine and serotonin, which are the happiness chemicals in your body. And the other happiness chemical is oxytocin, which is what women experience when they breastfeed. Men have it too. And that's the cuddle hormone, the giving of love and the receiving of love. And that's the one we need to encourage more and more. And so the more gratitude you have, the more gratitude that comes in. All of these things all work together. It's not a simple answer.
Blanca, do you realize how she started that answer to your question with, but I help women with marketing, and ended that question in the freaking cosmos? Yeah.
I mean, yes, I did notice, and it just, you blow me away, Lexis. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so grateful that you're a new friend of mine through Natan and his amazing community, the Essential Academy. So you're also teaching marketing in addition to all these other talents you have in the field of energy work. And do you bring your energy work and your alchemy and your astrology into these marketing sessions with the women? Like, do you use those other gifts in the marketing context? And if so, how do you do that?
Very simple. Everybody was born at a particular time and place, and I use those instruments to help people figure out what their purpose is. I was very blessed to have a mother and then my grandfather, my other side, both into astrology and meditation, and I sort of grew up with it naturally. But I had all the rest of my family thinking we were crazy. So I get it.
Alexis, let me qualify this so that everybody goes, sure. Everybody can say what they want. And Blanca is one of those ladies that says, oh, yeah? I'm curious. Can you put your money where your mouth is? Can we give her some sort of a demonstration that'll blow her away?
Oh, with astrology?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ooh, I love astrology.
Wait, your face, Lexis.
You know who else loves astrology? Mark.
Do your magic.
Let me tell him to watch this. All right, go ahead. Talk to me.
Well, hang on here. I need, if you want me to do an astrology chart reading, I have to pull up my little program here.
Wahahaha. You ever had one of these live on TV, Blanca?
I never have. That's why I think I want to see. Hold on, we're gonna call Mark Siegel, one of our last.
I need your day, month, year, time, and place of birth, and I'll put it in while you're talking to someone else.
Date of birth 8470. Location of birth Baltimore, Maryland. St. John.
Is that April the 8th?
August 8th.
August 4th.
I'm sorry. My birthday is August 4th.
And you know the time?
You know, a couple of people have asked me this question. I think it was 7:06 a.m. Let's go with that.
You're one day before my wife. That's hilarious. My wife's August 5th.
Amazing. And what else do you need to know, Lexis?
That's it. You go ahead and talk to someone. I'll pull this up.
Well, I was trying to get Mark in the phone because
Mark's going to be
but he'll have to watch the replay. I'm dedicating this astrological reading to Mark.
Nice.
All right. So what's going on? How do we test astrology? How does this work?
Test astrology. It's like testing the wind. You don't have an instrument to do that.
Let's start here. What is the definition of astrology before you give me the demo?
Oh gosh, you're asking me to punch in numbers and with my brain at the same time.
I'll tell you a story, Natan. You tell us when you're ready, Lexis. Here's the deal, Natan. I consider myself to be an empath. I can feel when someone's doing good things for me. I can feel when they're doing something bad.
Okay.
I can feel, I'm just very intuitive.
Okay.
Also,
Stop. Don't tell me. I'll tell you. Let me tell you, okay?
What you're missing out.
I've got your chart pulled up.
All right, go for it. Let's put the focus on Lexis. Let's go magnify Lexis. Lexis, it's all you, baby. Talk to me.
Okay. I'm looking at my chart, so I'm not really looking at the camera right now. But if your birth time is correct, you have Leo rising. So in your world, you are the hub. The rest of the world circulates around you. You are like the sun, and everybody else in your life are the planets, and they all circulate around you. And if they don't, they're not really welcome in your world, because you are the queen that sits on your throne. And you're a very detailed oriented person. You're a dot the I's and cross the T's. And I am not surprised at all that you're working on nutrition, because that is a very foundational element within your chart. Your moon is 5 degrees of Virgo, and Virgo is generally very concerned with the elimination system and the digestive system. So that's very important for you. Now, if your birth time is accurate, I can be accurate. If it's not, I'm going to be off here. In relationships with people, you meet people and just know them. It's like you could finish each other's sentences because you have a lot of karmic relationships, but you can be your own worst enemy. So you have to be very, very careful not to sabotage yourself. So ask me a question
Ooh,
because I can talk to you on any category. So
I can ask you a question. All right, so let me ask you a question. Why I do, look, I try to do the best I can, but we all make mistakes. So what are you going to do? Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for telling me I'm the hub of love. I can feel your love in the room. I guess I realized this week one of my problems is saying no. Because I was excluded my whole life and I was bullied my whole life, I just truly have a genuine desire for people to be happy because I want them to like me. And I remember my dad used to say to me, Blankitsa, not everybody's gonna love you. That's okay. But I have this desperate desire to make everybody happy. I'm a very generous person. To me, making someone happy is more important than money. But I have been burned very harshly by people for whatever reason. That I become vulnerable and then I go into fear and then I become paralyzed and I'm terrified.
well, we could do some mindset shifting work with you because it's all about mindset. Things that happened when you were growing up are what colored what you believe today. And you don't even know what those things are because you were like a baby, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. How do we remember every single thing that happened? And because it's with our parents and caregivers, we assume that it's normal and we think we must be wrong. And so we grow up with those beliefs. So you just need somebody to work with you on mindset shifting. But you're a very emotional person. I can totally see that you're an empath because the planets that are related to the psychic awareness, you have Moon in the first house right next to Mercury. Mercury's communication, Moon is your emotion, and it's in your first house. It's all about who you be as a person in the world. And then Chiron, which is the wounded healer, is in your 8th house, and that's another very metaphysical placement. So that's the part, that and the North Node in your 7th house are the placements that say when you meet somebody, you just sort of get them right away. I have that in my chart too. And it helps make you an empath. But being an empath means you need to protect yourself metaphysically, protect your soul, because you're going to pick up all the emotions that come from around you. And I can totally see in your chart the bullying. I would suggest it was from a very masculine being or lots of masculine beings, not necessarily male, but masculine energy.
Okay.
And you don't even worry about the money aspect. You've got Pluto and Venus and Uranus in the 2nd house. Money will come and money will go easily in your life. You're very good at spending it, my dear. But Pluto is transformation. It will transform you. It is one of the experiences your soul came to this planet to have, to experience the what is the word? Like the guardianship of money. You will get large quantities of money in your life, and you'll get them very suddenly, often from women, maybe even from an inheritance. And with that money, it's your duty what you're going to do with it, to be the steward. That's the word I was looking for, the stewardship of money. And your career is a career that you need to go right, left, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, up the mountain like the goat, because Saturn's in your 10th house. Your face to the world. You believe you need to be stoic, and you don't. You can have lots and lots and lots of fun.
Yes, I definitely need to have more fun. That's why I said I scheduled a trip to New York City next week.
Perfect.
And I'm going to go see my son graduate, and then I'm going to go to a summit in Miami next weekend, and I'm going to go on a yacht, and I'm going to have fun. But let me ask you this. What's your advice to keep out that yucky fear?
To keep out the yucky fear?
Yeah. It feels like cancer inside my body when I get it.
I'm trying to get the screen back on. I can't see you anymore. I can't see the chat or the private. All I can see is my astrology program. I don't know which button to press here, but to get the yucky feeling out, like I said, you need somebody that's a mindset coach to go over what it was that caused it in the first place. And many mindset coaches don't think that you have to know what caused it, but to go back in time to when was the first time you experienced it. Ooh. And how I do it is NLP. I go through the timeline to when you were a little girl, and it's like hypnosis. We kind of regress you, but it's more imagination in your mind. You get very, very relaxed, and you go back in your mind to when you were a really little girl. And what is that little girl doing? And does she need a hug? And is she upset? And you visualize what that is, and you give her what she needs, because that person is you today, but the little girl inside of you has the fears. You don't. You're a very strong individual. You're not afraid of anything. But the little girl in you comes out, and that person, that part of you is afraid. And what are you afraid of? You're afraid of the little girl things when you need
Blanca,
parents.
you know this. You know this. You know that that little girl is mother to the woman that is you.
Yeah.
That little girl is mother to the woman that is you.
Exactly. So
Wow.
you basically just need to write yourself a letter from where you are today. Write the little girl a letter and tell her what she needs to know that you've learned between now and then, so that she can stop being afraid. And then in your visualization, give her what she needs. Give her the hug, give her the love, give her the words that you need to hear, because you know what they are.
Ooh, that's
And
powerful.
whatever it is you're looking for today in that realm, you're looking for that relationship, or you need a puppy dog to love you to death, or whatever it is you're looking for, that's what you need to give that little girl, and tell her, this is what's coming for you. Just be patient. It's going to be there. It's already yours. It's already in your energy, because you've got it right now. It's already there. You just have to reach for it. Take action steps to get it.
Let
And
me
you can
ask you, for Blanca, for her to reconcile, is there a correlation between that old feeling inside hers of needing to be heard, needing to be accepted, needing to be loved, needing to be wanted and acknowledged and
Absolutely.
appreciated?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And one of the ways in which you're going to get the most benefit for you, besides regressing into this little girl behavior and healing that,
Which is going to happen in about 90 minutes.
you've got Saturn in the 10th house at the top of your chart. Saturn is business, and the 10th house is your face to the world, how the world perceives you in the world. It's your career, and your career is your saving grace for what you do in life. If you didn't have a career, you couldn't be Blanca. You're that person. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. You have to be the boss, and you have to be that face to the world in whatever it is you do in your business. And you've got so many talents in your chart all over the place. You could do all kinds of things.
Wow. What a gift, Natan. I mean, I feel like I won the lottery today.
I warned you.
Having this reading, Lexis, that is such a present, and I'm so thankful for that.
That's okay. I'll send you my bill in the morning.
No problem.
You put people on the spot. This is what can happen when you have education, experience, and expertise, and you've been walking that walk in alignment with truth. You've been completely open and transparent. These are the values that you can have at any moment. You can stop and just talk.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
So that was incredibly powerful. And what I'd like to do, Lexis, my question is, do you have your own show?
I do have my own show. It starts May 31st. It's called Vibe It Up TV. And I just got syndicated, so I'm everywhere.
Oh my God, Lexis, that is amazing. All right, well, there you go. It's all about sharing your laws of life with the world, sharing your wisdom with the world. That's what this show, The Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs, is all about. And you can also watch this show on the Laws of Life Roku channel. You can also watch it on 137 stations that it is distributed to. And let's keep celebrating the Roku. If you would like to have your own show celebrating your wisdom, contact me today and let's make you the star that you are. Let's take a look. All right, we are back on the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. And I'm here with my amazing co-host, Natan Verkovsky with the Essential Academy. And of course, our incredible guest, Lexis Johnson. And we just had a very powerful reading. I was very touched by the reading. You've inspired me. You've motivated
How
me.
accurate was that, Blanca?
It was,
Painfully so, eh?
it was pretty, I would say, spot on, right?
Painfully so, yeah.
So, what are your thoughts, Natan? What do you thank you, Johnny. We love you so much. And everybody follow Johnny Regan and the Global Vision Conference because that's what it's on. One of the things I'm really big on is community empowerment. So I like engagement. I like when we're having conversations. To me, that's where the magic is. The interactive dialogue. What lights you up, Lexis? What ignites your soul?
You're going to laugh. I'm a puppy dog lover. I love English bulldogs. That's my thing.
Aww.
They're adorable in their own unique, you have to love them kind of way. Okay.
Squishy faces. How could you not love them?
They do have squishy faces. That's true.
So where did that love? Did you have one as a child, or how did that love affair happen?
I did not. I never had a dog, and I was allergic to cats. And we didn't know I was allergic to cats, and I was always sick. My mother was always, juicing and putting onions in the juicer and making me drink this horrible stuff. And she'd take brewer's yeast and put it on bacon because she knew I liked bacon. And I said, I'm not eating that. It's got stuff on it. But yeah, so they were always getting me a kitten because I was always wanting the extra love. I always wanted a little brother or sister. I never had one. But I did have 7 children, so I kind of made up for it.
7 children, and that's incredible. What's your number one law of being a mother?
Oh, number one law of being a mother. Oh my goodness. They're going to teach you more than you're going to teach them, probably.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely going to teach you a lot.
What's your number one law of marriage?
Oh, goodness. Well, I've been married twice. My first husband, we were together for almost 15 years. And that was a very, he's the boss kind of relationship. And I'm not that. And I was totally that in the relationship. So yeah, shutting up and doing what you're told. There's a book called The Total Woman. And I read it over and over and over and over. I could probably quote it. So that was for that. But the second one was my very best friend. I didn't marry him until we'd known each other for like 28 years. And we were only married for 7 when sadly he passed away. And I still talk to him every day. And that was 14 years ago. So I would say that my number one law of marriage would be marry your best friend. Because he was truly my very best friend. So the next guy's got some pretty big shoes to fill.
Oh, yes, he does. The next guy is going to be even, he's going to be the ultimate.
Oh, interesting. You get 3 great loves in your life, eh?
Oh, is that true?
What you guys never saw The Bronx Tale, the movie?
I didn't know that. You get
De
3
Niro.
great loves.
Go watch The Bronx Tale with De Niro and everything. That's his first movie he directed, and he said very clearly, you get 3 great laws in your life, 3 great loves in your life. And he gets this kid to find out, hey, how do you know if this is going to be one of the great loves of your life or not? Because this is how you find out. You get in your car, you lock your door, you go around to her side, you let her in. And if she leans over and opens your door, that's the love of your life. If she
God, I'm so that person.
Get rid of that girl.
Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. So we have 8 minutes left. I need to get as much information as we can out of Lexis, Natan. I mean, this is like literally a treasure trove of
I warned you, and I can tell you that back in the beginning, if you didn't see it, rewind the damn episode because you're missing out. There was something that Lexis had said back in the beginning that still touches me so deeply because on a superficial or on a surface level, we can all talk and we can all accommodate at certain degrees. But if we get on a truly deep level to say something both profound and universal, as philosophers have been doing that for thousands of years. And they died trying, and that's why they're all like, but there has to be this one universal, there's not one universal truth. But when you hear a universal truth, holy crap, it resonates with you and it rings.
What'd I say?
Oh, stop it. I wrote it down, woman. I made sure we didn't lose that. The same way that Rumi, the 13th century Persian poet, wrote, we are all just walking each other home. And that so resonated with me. That
That's
when
amazing.
Lexis said, we're just the clothing our soul wears, that I've been dazed ever since.
Wow.
That's powerful. That's
Well, I've
powerful.
never been compared to Rumi before. I'm absolutely floored and honored. Thank you.
So we're all walking each other home. What is home?
Hmm.
So when, yeah, when people say, Natan, how come you tell people that you only work with people that are at 9 out of 10 in their life, and you try to get them as close to 10 out of 10 as you can? Why don't you tell them that you can get them to 10 out of 10? Is it an ego thing? Is it an excellence thing? Is it a, what is it? I'm like, I believe when you hit 10 out of 10, you go back. So we want to get close, but not too close. Back up a step.
Oh,
9.9 is about as close as you want to get, or you're gone.
Well, not only that, Natan, but to get to a 10, you have to want to do it. You have to put in the work.
Yeah.
I tell you, my fiance David
Yes.
has definitely. Hey, honey, I'm giving you a shout out, so pay attention.
Live TV, baby.
This you should come in here for this. It's pretty unbelievable the way this man has influenced me to really go deep on health, nutrition, discipline, dotting the I's, crossing the T's on a level I never did before, to balancing the checkbook, to online banking, to having the perfect credit report. There's so many do's, Lexis. There's so many do's. Don't you get tired of them?
Absolutely. We're not human doings, we're human beings. We
Yes.
must be. And I work at every day. I live a block away from the Spirit Trail here in Vancouver. And I work every day at finding time because it rains so much. I hate walking in the rain. I want to go down that Spirit Trail and meet all the puppy dogs people are walking and see. It's the river that joins the ocean. So it's brackish water. And there's so much amazing wildlife in there. And I can just be. And I get filled back up with the spirit. And then I can come back and work some more. And I can do this all day long as I have that out there.
Yeah, you definitely need your daily ritual. You know, my working out with Eli, the
But
trainer.
you don't have to be so black and white. Your daily ritual can be ridiculous.
Mhm.
I have a lady who goes out into wilderness and creates these little teepee houses that look like a little elf house. And she just puts them up in random places on a nature path just to freak people out. So they're like, what is this? What does this mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's her mission to go out and add enchantment and wonder.
Oh, I love that.
That is so, you know, you're right. We've got to get, well, listen, my version of being silly is when I love to just go live with people and just put them on the spot. To me, that's funny. Or make funny, you know, funny videos of doing silly things.
Yes.
I challenge you to be really silly, stupid silly. I challenge you. A lot more
You
than
challenge me to be super silly. Woo!
you and I need to go out, and I don't drink because I'm allergic to alcohol, but you and I need to go out and dance on the tables.
Oh, I'm in, girls.
I'm in, baby. Well, did you were dancing on the Zoom link this week, right? On Tuesday, I think you were there at the dance party when I was like, "Come on,
I love it." I'll share with you guys. I bought myself. Well, it wasn't me. I got a gift for my wife. I just kind of hinted. This is the thing I wanted. So I'm like, and it was.
We know how you hint.
You know, right? The men in this world. I love music. I love feeling music. I love experiencing it as much as I can. I'm a concert pianist by profession. I play 5 instruments. I've been recorded. I want to go from drums to djembe to blues harmonica. 150,000 views on my websites for that. Ooh. What I'm looking at was I just want to connect. I love all the musicality and making it and feeling it and how it resonates and the vibrational change that you have in yourself after you sing or dance or play music or an instrument compared to before. And in that same scope, I was looking and saying, well, you can't blast it in here because your neighbors and the friends and that's not going to work. And so you get those really cool headphones. Now it's blasting in your head, so you're hurting your ears. That's not going to work, but you just want to ultimately feel the music more. So wrong way, I'm turning my chair. I went and I got this thing. This thing is a haptic vest. It's got 6 speakers in it. You click it on like a life vest, and now you feel your music. So I go for a
What?
run in the morning, and all of a sudden,
What?
boom, 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 and I got an extra 3 miles that I didn't know I could because I just wasn't even feeling it because I now feel my music. It's epic.
Wait,
Epic.
show this. Hold this up. I want to see this. I need that. That's incredible. Can you get it with weights too? Can you weight it?
Yeah. You could have whatever you want on it. So it's a vest that you wear, and it's got 6 speakers in it, and you can see in the picture inside.
That's freaking awesome.
You feel your music, but you also feel your movies if you're watching them. If you're one of those kids that plays video games, you feel your video game. Whatever it is that you want to do.
Can you post the link in the chat for our audience? You need to get yourself an affiliate link on that.
I know. I'm not affiliated with them.
That's
I paid full
energy
price.
product. I love it, Natan. Well, that's exactly. I'm getting that. And we do have to be like kids. We got to buy the toys. Some of those toys are tools to health. Some of those toys are tools to our business. And what's your favorite business toy, Lexis?
Well, I want to comment on what Natan said first, if I may. I got a vision of you when you were talking about that, of a previous life. Remember the movie Mary Poppins? And Dick Van Dyke is walking on the streets and on the top of the rooftops, and he's got the cymbals between his knees.
Chim-chimney.
Yeah, and he's got banging the drum and he's blowing the horn. He's doing all that. That's you. That was you in your past life.
How wonderful! So I'm always a ringleader. I'm always that guy in the front of the parade. In Russian, there's this expression that says "Не командовать парад." Don't be that guy in the front that always has to command the parade. Let other people steer the ship.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's nice. I'm surprised you're not a Leo, Natan, because I feel like we are.
My wife is a Leo, so I win. I get the best of both.
Well, I'd like to do your astrology. You've got Leo in you somewhere.
I figure we're gonna
go
find
for
it.
it. We got 3 minutes left.
Totally the sunshine. You
want to play me in the system? Throw me in quick. I am 02/02/1974, Saturday, 6 p.m.
Oh my goodness! Now I got to pull that up again. Hang on.
Yes, sir.
While we do that, I'll show you my Instagram weekend rocking to Frank Sinatra. Yeah. Hold on, I'll show you this really quick.
How cool is he? I would love to meet a descendant of Mr. Sinatra.
Oh, here we go. This is me jamming to Frank. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I tell you, Frank Sinatra puts me in such a great frame of mind, man.
Yeah, any more information, Natan? I need your place and your time.
I am Odessa, USSR, Ukraine, Black Sea. I am 6 p.m. Saturday, 02/02/1974.
Hang on. Go ahead, talk. I have to go find the USSR here. Way down at the bottom.
Go with Russia, go with Ukraine, go anywhere in there.
Okay.
The maps change, right? I mean, well, nobody tells you. Right? You get a tattoo and you're like, crap, now the tattoo isn't valid anymore. Thanks, guys.
Okay, well, very few people are born at exactly, it's not saying Ukraine. It's going to have to go with USSR. So, that's
what I figured. So go with that. That's why I gave you that one.
Oh, man, we're going to have to go with Russia. I don't have USSR.
Go Russia. Have fun.
Go Russia. Russia. I used to dance with a group called Rusalka when I was a kid.
Ooh. What kind of dancing would that be?
Russian dancing, right? With the,
I'm just double checking. I'm like,
okay, we're going to
Russian troop doing hip hop. You don't know.
We need to find something else. I can't find the city. Russia's not working. USSR isn't even in here. What am I going to do?
Skip the city? Will that work?
No, I can't do it. It won't pull it up.
Think somewhere in the Soviet Union pre-1974.
Somewhere.
Anywhere. It's only the single largest landmass with 11 time zone and 9 million.
I think it's the city of Odessa that's causing the problem. What's the next largest city?
Oh, we only have 30 seconds left.
Yikes. We might not make this one. That's okay. Go with the feeling, Lexis, in case
Why don't we do it at the next Laws of Life Summit in front of everybody at Laws of Life?
Yeah. Lexis, come back with us on a Tuesday when we do the networking event.
Actually, I have a favor to ask both of you. Next Tuesday, I'm going to be in New York City with my daughter, Leia. Mark Siegel is hosting. Would
Right on.
you be willing to come on Tuesday and support him in running the summit? And then you can do it. And Mark loves astrology, so you guys can have a little fun with Lexis. And
Yes.
also, we have our guest of honor that day. So it's going to be, it would be wonderful if you guys could carry the torch for me while I'm in the Big Apple.
I can pop in for sure.
What time is that? Same time?
Tuesday from 11 to 12:30
Eastern.
Eastern.
Okay, you got it.
And all right, well, all I
Give Mark a heads up of the awesome people he's about to have in his room, so he can ready himself for these co-hosts that are going to help him.
there you go. So everybody, that's another reason for you to join on Tuesday at 11 for the Laws of Life Summit. Be sure to subscribe to the platform. I post the link all over the Laws of Life with Blanca Facebook page. It's all about building connection, building friends. So Lexis, what is your number one law of empowering entrepreneurs?
As I said earlier, the law of gratitude. Absolutely. The more you give to others, the more you're going to have come back to you. And you can call it karma or whatever you want. It just is. It just is. And it so works. And no matter what place you're in your life, whatever you've got, you got 2 eyes, you got 2 hands, you got 2 feet, be so grateful because somebody else doesn't have that.
It's that easy.
Whatever you've got, you got something.
You're so right. Well, Lexis, you are a treasure. You
Yes.
are also a gift, just like
Yes.
John. And I got to tell you, this has been one of my favorite episodes of the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. I hope everybody shares it. I hope everybody watches it and really listens to the messages, because there's some real treasures inside this conversation. We will see you every Thursday at 11 for the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. See you next time. Thanks, Natan and Lexis.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much. Bye, everyone.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with